Hi, my name is Leslie Olabisi. I am a voiceover artist and actor, and this is What's the Motivation? My opinion of the DMV scene is that DC has finally made itself into a walkable city and has managed to develop every free space that exists that is owned by the federal government other than that plot next to the RFK Stadium. And they have successfully lured private corporations and investors to develop the shit out of the district and to price out anybody who was formerly living there. What we have now are people who have moved from Arlington and other parts of Virginia that nobody cares about and are now so excited to live in an actual city that they rename neighborhoods that already had names, and that they complain about the culture and the customs of places that people were already living there doing shit before. Where does Maryland come into play? Quite frankly, when it comes to this new landscape here, I don't really think that Maryland is really considered. I think we're just the M in the middle of DMV. However, now that all of the land is gone, Prince George's County is now the new cream crop, and everybody's gonna start running to Prince George's County to develop the shit out of that. And then what's gonna happen is that the same way this was Chocolate City, in the same way that Prince George's County was majority African American, that's going to change too. That's what I think about the DMV scene. Projects that I have worked on, my very first project was the Love Calendar, and it was a 17 by 11 portrait and landscape, color and black and white calendar of myself. And it was a project that I created so that I could, basically just do my own thing and have some success as a model. That's how I started off in the creative industry. And then I did the mixtape, which helped promote the album. That was the Love Concoction. And that was in a combination of popular local DC artists that believed in me or wanted to see me accomplish my goal and gave me tracks to assemble for my mixtape. And then after that, once I got in, okay, so that was the past. Some projects, like as far as film, my debut film, what got me into acting, that was an independent feature film called Toe to Toe, which was actually shot here in DC and some parts of Maryland, but mostly DC, and it was a SAG feature film, and that's how I got qualified to join SAG, and it was an official Sundance selection, and that's how I got bit by the acting bug. Projects that I'm working on now, I am currently making a children's album, which targets ages about 4 or 5 to about 9 years old. And it'll be a combination of different stories that have a range of genres. So from adventure to morals to, discovery, just different things like that, to really kind of bring back the two-dimensional, tangible imagination that we want to make sure that our kids stay in, because as soon as they come out the womb, at this point people are sticking digital devices in their hand, and I do firmly believe that is detrimental to the development of the brain and the personality of a human being. So this allows the fun and the creativity and still something different to be brought back to storytelling for children. Another project I'm working on is the Ludes mixtape, which is going to be a combination of different interludes from albums from like the 90s and some 2000s that either everybody agrees were like their favorites or that are some of my favorites. And I'm just going to remix them and reperform them and put those out. So that would be like the fun project. So basically both of those two projects, directly relate to my two niche areas that I want to promote. So the interludes is an example. So new artists, you can see like, oh, this is what she's talking about an interlude or an intro. You know, it could be somebody's voicemail. Like I have one person, I'm the mom on the voicemail, and then it starts the song. Like there's so many different uses for voice. Or that house beat that I did, and I'm like the trance, the chant that's in the background throughout the whole song. So there's different uses for voiceover that I think that artists don't necessarily think of immediately, because you know we have such traditional song structures. So that's two. And then the third project I'm working on is a documentary that is going to illustrate my time with Dame Dash at DDS 33 in his studios, and like basically what did I learn. So I haven't formalized the title, but that's basically what it's going to be. What I learned from Dame Dash, and how can I apply it to what it is that I'm doing. So those are the three projects that I am working on. Children's narration album, the Ludes mixtape, and the Dame Dash documentary.